Yes, 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 yes. Here's a story about Narcissus and the pond, reflection frozen in lost inhibitions. And we reap what we sow as the wildflowers grow on the river banks. It's all about life. Deep in the murky back eddies, bodies joined in Holy Eucharist. And first there was one, then two, culminating in a sacred trinity, caring for God's creations, the solidarity of community, innumerable Rabblement, love reflected, solidified in ice. Maybe I gotta move this capo or maybe just go full on, I don't know. I used to be an arrogant narcissist, and now I'm just perfect. I got jokes. I call this Narcissus Pond, or Narcissus Pond, and the axe head floated first. Unexpected lodestar in the mercury pool where Narcissus don't. Reflection frozen in mid-breath, and ice took inhibitions, and the axe half became a bridge of clumsy feet, a raft for murky cake souls, and we reap what we sow. Wildflowers clawed the riverbanks, purpling the silt where currents tugged at tangled roots. Two shadows blurred in the back eddy chapel where bodies bent like willow shoots, joining in slick communion, holy, hollowed, hungry. One axe, then two hands, then three breaths, steaming in trinity, a blade, sweat, river, ecstasy. Solidarity sang from the weeds, choking the shadows, God's own neglected spawn, crawling through the reeds to bear witness. Love's reflection, only the axe face staring up from the ice, hard, still, as a promise broken. You know, the best male contraceptive is probably an empty wallet. 6:30 is the best time on a clock, hands down. What is, or why is, boyfriend one word and best friend is two words? Probably because best friend will give you some space when you need it. Down at Narcissus's pond, how do you say that, Narcissus? Down at Narcissus Pond, where the egos play on display, reflections frozen can't betray the choices made on yesterday. Lost inhibitions, stripped and bare, a silent truth hanging in the air, a perfect vintage and vestige too, beyond compare the self-made kingdom, no one else to share. And we reap what we sow, the old bitter truth. While wildflowers grow on life's muddy shore, on the river banks of our lives they twist and contrive, a tangled testament barely alive. Oh, deep in the murky back eddies, where the shadows intertwine and bodies join in a fevered grace, dangerously divine. First there was one, and then there was two, and then a whispering plea, culminating in a sacred trinity. Yeah, the perfect decree. Caring for God's creations, they crackle and grin, the sodality community where bliss sets in, an innumerable Rabblement, a swelling, hollow hum, for love's reflection forever numb. Yeah, the sacred trinity, a broken, bizarre display, washing dirty secrets in the light of day. From one to two, a twisted chain, a spiritual masquerade, no hollowed ground, just endless chagrin. From promises unmade, they preached redemption, a holy feet with eyes on their own prize, a chilling mirror, bittersweet behind those hungry eyes. Oh, deep in the murky back eddies where the shadows intertwine, bodies joined in fevered grace, dendrously divine. First there was one, then there was two, and then the whispered plea, communicating a sacred trinity, yeah, a perfect decree. Now love's reflection solidified in ice, a diamond dagger, chilling device. In the murky back eddies, the cold echoes moan. We reap what we sow, utterly alone, yeah, utterly alone in Narcissus Pond, frozen solid beyond the beyond. And I asked the gym trainer what type of machine I should use to get the best looking date. And he said the ATM outside. In the pond of Rabblement, or is that Rabblement? Yeah, down by the eddy where the river is thick and slow, we dropped our inhibitions in the water and watched the wild things grow. And they said we reap what we sow. Well, look at heaven, man, and harvest too. We got a bumper crop of vanity right here on the river's bank plan. The murky Narcissus, it became the new confession, AI. We found our own faces flashing back perfectly oblised, and we shed the shame and the good sense, the things they told us we ought to keep. Now the whole crooked mess suspended in a slumbered, frozen, silent deep. And we saw the Trinity forming, first one, then two, and the whole damn line, culminating in the water source where the love was only mine. And we went diving headfirst in the muck, and the congregation of unshamed, in the holy, selfish Eucharist, the new creation we proclaimed. Oh, the reflection, it got solidified, a glittering deception where the good intention cried, a community of mirrored glaciers, and the Rabblement is strong in this feverish sodality where we all knew we belonged, and we were culminating, baby, culminating in this sacred trinity of holds. It ain't love, it's just ice that's holding what began. Yeah, the pond, it solidified, and the pond got cold, the perfect prison for the stories we were told. And we started caring for our own creations, not the gods up in the sky dome. And we set up a strange new sanctuary, a place where Narcissus called home. And we looked for the connection and the surface tension, hoping for a warm embrace. But all we ever found was our own hungry eyes staring back in this cold, wet place. You sip the liquid truth, yeah, and you feel the chilly dissolution. Bodies joined in the reflection, a perfect icy persecution. No room for your neighbor, no room for doubt, just your own desire. Where just a measurable, innumerable Rabblement fueling this cold blue fire. And the wildflowers are waving, yeah, and they climb above the dirty clay, and we only get what we gave at the end of the long highway. Go ahead and reach out, touch the water, shadow the fragile thinness down, and you only find inhibition under ice and the deepest reflection in this town. In this town, oh, the reflection, it got solidified, a glittering deception, a mirror of glaciers and Rabblement that's strong in this feverish solarity where we all knew we belonged. We were culminating, baby, culminating in this sacred trinity of pleasure dome. It ain't love, it's just ice that holds the begins of the begone. And yet the pond, it froze, it got hard, and the pond was cold, the perfect prison for the stories we were told. And when the depths turn to crystal and the sun starts to decline, you realize the love you chased was just a perfectly framed design. And you can scream at the surface, you can beg for the quick retreat, but the narcissistic reflection, love, is sealed here, darling, complete, in a prison of perfection, a frozen, fatal thinning out. We lost our own warm blood trying to chase what we dreamed about. Yeah. I'll tell you a story about him and his wife. Well, his wife ran off with his best friend Mike the other